my submission is that as the rule was not struck down in the short order, it could not be struck down through the reasonings which was offered in support of the short order.
So what happened when we say the petition is accepted or the petition is dismissed for the reason to be recorded later?
My lord,
So nothing has been mentioned in that scenario. Whether we cannot say anything in the reasoning?
my lord, no. Because your lordship then, let's say your lordship says a petition is accepted for reasons to be recorded later. Then the short order is that the petition has been accepted, and then anything which can be said in support of accepting the petition could be said. Likewise, if your lordship dismiss the petition, any reasoning which your lordship give in support of dismissing the petition is fair. But let us say, if
in
you,
this scenario, we will go to the prayer in the petition.
my lord, yes, that will determine the scope. That will determine the scope.
The short order and
And the long order. And Ghulam Haider Lakho's case was cited. Ghulam Haider Lakho's case also says that insofar as there is no conflict between the short order and long order, and there was a reason in Ghulam Haider Lakho's case.
गुलाम हैदर का क्या रेफरेंस क्या है?
My lord, it was PLD 2000, which was cited by my learned friend.
जी, just
On
Indian
the
notes.
other side, it was PLD 2001 Supreme Court 179 at 194, and the words used by the Supreme Court, unless there is a conflict. Your lordship will recall that this
The short order is a continuation of the detailed reasoning. It is not separate of the detail. It follows that.
my lord, yes,
That is something. If it is not in the prayer, this is for the court. If the court has decided something, the court has passed judgment on the basis of material available before. This is the opinion of the court.
my lord, correct.
But as far as the question whether something is not mentioned in the short order, it cannot be said in the reason.
No.
इसका मतलब the short order
My
तो
lord,
बिल्कुल short
I am
होता है.
saying something different. I am not saying that if whatever is not stated in the short order cannot be said in the reasoning, because short order is, let's say, one paragraph and your reasoning is stretched over 50 pages. You can't encapsulate 50 pages in one paragraph. But what happens?
You see, in the present case, explanation to Rule 94 was not directly challenged.
Yes.
But while allowing the petition, these were the reasons. For this reason, that rule explanation to Rule 94 is unconstitutional or is in conflict with the Act definition of political party. That's why, even if it is not declared ultra vires, it is not binding to follow. आप वो जो ATA के केस में absentia में डिसीजन होती थी सेक्शन मुझे याद नहीं है कौन सा सेक्शन 19 है सेक्शन 19 में उन्होंने स्ट्रक डाउन किए बगैर उन्होंने कहा कि जजमेंट इन एब्सेंशिया
जी सर
इज वॉइड. तो इवन अगर आप ये ना भी कर दें, अगर हम इस नतीजे पे पहुंचे, बिकॉज इन माय नोट आई आल्सो डिक्लेयर्ड दैट इज नॉट in accordance with the constitution, it is in conflict with the act and in the constitution. That's why अगर उसको ना भी करें तो मैं ये this चूंकि I have said so इसलिए मैं इसको explain कर सकता हूँ.
My lord,
this was the reason
may
of reaching some conclusion.
May I just,
it's not necessary to mention.
May
in
I
short
may
order,
just
right?
point out two judgments of this honorable court, and this is a larger bench. It can always overrule them. But so far as the law declared by this court is that the
If everything is mentioned in the short order, then what is the purpose of reasoning?
reasoning.
तो एक ही दिन पे कर ले, फिर हम रिजर्व कर ले, डिटेल जजमेंट लिख ले,
My lord,
फिर आके अनाउंस कर दें.
there's a question.
ये प्रैक्टिस ही खत्म हो जानी चाहिए.
नहीं, मेरी सबमिशन सिर्फ ये है कि अगर आपने शॉर्ट ऑर्डर में कोई एक बात किसी लॉ को या रूल को स्ट्राइक डाउन नहीं किया है, फिर रीजनिंग में आप अगर उसको स्ट्राइक डाउन कर रहे हैं तो देन इट डजंट कनेक्ट विद द शॉर्ट ऑर्डर. And to that extent, this honorable court in the judgment which I have just cited before your lordship, which is at tab 15 of volume 1 in paragraph 3, it says that it is not.
देख ले.
पढ़ दीजिए ना आप कौन सा?
Sir, volume 1, tab 15.
Judgments का volume 1 8. हाँ 1913 2013
If your lordship will see the fifth line, all the paragraph is relevant, but page 1030A. It would be the short order dated 11th of April 2013, which will be determinative of the rights and obligations of the various parties in the matter. It has not been said in the short order that the consequences thereof will not follow in relation to some amounts despite the setting aside of the case of Ahmad Ali U. Qureshi. The reasoning which was recorded at a later date can only be in support of this short order and not in deviation from the same. Short orders have consistently been considered sufficient by this court for disposal of a lis as well as being operative for all intents and purposes. In the case of State versus Asif Adil, it has been observed that short...
ये है कौन सा जजमेंट ये?
My lord, ये judgment जो है ये PLD 2013 Supreme Court 1024 है, and your lordship will see it's a larger...
Tab number 15 है ये.
Tab 15 sir, volume 1.
लेकिन आप यहाँ से पढ़ें, the reasoning which was recorded at a later date can only be in support of the said order.
Yes, my lord.
And not in deviation from the same. Where is deviation?
My submission only
अगर वहाँ
is...
पे ये लिखा हो कि नहीं, rule 94 is intra vires और reasoning में कहते हैं ultra vires, this is deviation.
My submission
Just in
is...
support of the short order.
Correct, my lord, but a categoric finding in the short order of the majority with respect to this Rule 94 was not recorded, though such a finding was given by the majority in the reasoning to that extent.
आप ये कह सकते हैं non mentioning की ऐसी judgment दे दे कि जहाँ पे anything not mentioned in the short order cannot be incorporated in the reasoning.
Sir,
There is difference between deviation and non mentioning.
my lord, if your lordship may take a look, I've given the citation to the staff. 2000 SCMR 636.
2000
SCMR 636.
636. Ji.
And in that, your lordships in the Supreme Court set aside an order of the High Court which was at variance. The reasoning was at variance with the short
Yes,
order.
agreed. If it is in variance, I
My lord,
agree.
if your lordships come to the conclusion that there is no variance, then this is not the submission was only being made in this.
One may say that it is in variance with the prayer clause. Okay. But the reasoning must be in variance with the short order, then that cannot be. If it is in line in support of the reasoning,
My lord, if that is the view of your lordship, then both these
I am referring this judgment जो आपने अभी रेफर किया paragraph 3 वो कहते हैं the reasoning which was recorded at a later can only be in support of the said order.
Yes.
And not in deviation from it.
Yes,
अब
sir.
support में तो बहुत सी चीजें नहीं लिखी होती हैं शॉर्ट ऑर्डर में, लेकिन सपोर्ट के लिए हम 50-100-200 पेजेस जजमेंट.
So far, if your lordships come to the conclusion that this finding given with regard to Rule 94 in the reasoning is in consonance with the short order, that's fine.
or in support of that.
Or in support of that, that's fine. If your lordships come to the conclusion that no, the reasoning goes beyond the short order, then it cannot be sustained.
Beyond the deviation.
Deviation, then it cannot be sustained.
ठीक है. Come to next point.
My lord, the submission made before your lordship was that when it comes to review, now over here, I had given that case law
उनके
earlier.
रिबटल में उनकी बात जो उन्होंने की वो करें
उसी
ना.
का जवाब दे रहा हूँ. कोई एक बात नई नहीं करूंगा. I am not re-arguing the case. I will mention what they have said.
कि मेरी ख्वाहिश ये, बाकी साथी भी शायद मुझसे एग्री करें, मेरी ख्वाहिश ये कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट का पुराना जो कल्चर था, वो एक इज्जत और एहतराम का, एक डकरम का, वो बहाल होना चाहिए. इनफ इज इनफ. बहुत हो चुका.
वो सर
जिसके जी में आया जो कहता जा रहा है, जिसके जी में कोई पकड़ दकड़ नहीं है. नो, आई थिंक इट इज इनफ. नाउ इट्स टाइम टू कर्ब ऑल दीस थिंग्स.
अभी
और
तक
इसमें आप लोग सबकी सपोर्ट हमें चाहिए।
अभी तक तो कोशिश यही रही है कि कोई ऐसी बात ना हो और
आप सब
इंशाल्लाह
सबकी-
रहेगी।
हम अपने बता रहे
जी
हैं,
सर।
हमें सबकी सपोर्ट
Sir,
चाहिए।
I follow the black letter tradition of this honorable court that rebuttal should be confined to answering submissions which were made, and that is exactly what I will do. And if your lordships at any point feel that I am going beyond my remit, your lordships have every right to stop me, and I'll stop at that very minute.
Thank you.
My lord, the
और
test
बाकी कुछ कहना है इन राइटिंग यू कैन
वो सर बिल्कुल कर देंगे सर. The test of review over here, and as I said, sir, I am handicapped in this because a lot of things have been said which are more appropriate perhaps for a political platform. They are not for a legal forum. So I will be responding only to the legal submissions. Now, it was said over here before your lordship specifically, and I have noted it down, so I will read out what it was said, and your lordship can verify. My lord, we were not supportive or opposing the application for live streaming, but we have been helped in a way by that application being granted, because now whatever has been said is on the record and it cannot be rebutted. The test for review laid down before your lordship on 18th of June when arguing the case was, and I am giving your lordship quote unquote, your lordship can check it. It is on, once your lordship looks at the proceedings, after 2 hours 16 minutes and 14 seconds, it was said कि इन आठ ने क्या कोई ऐसा अमल किया है जो कि बिल्कुल और आईन और कानून के खिलाफ बगावत थी. Unquote. This was the test laid down for your lordship. I would challenge them to show me a judgment which this test for exercise of review jurisdiction has been laid down by the Supreme Court. The test consistently has been that point out an error apparent on the face of the record which floats on the surface. Now, I have cited those judgments. I will not cite them again. I'll just draw your lordship's attention. It has been said, and I will just give your lordship the numbers, that when it comes to review jurisdiction of this honorable court, my lord, Pakistan versus Facto Belarus, this case is PLD 2002, Supreme Court 208 at page 216, paragraph 12. It is in volume 2, tab 1, paragraph 12, volume 2, tab 1. If the court has overlooked some material questions of fact or of law which would have a bearing on the decision, or there is otherwise some apparent mistake or error on the face of the record, then of course the power of review can be exercised. As far as error apparent on the face of the record is concerned, it should be manifest, clear, could not be permitted by any court to remain on record. Such error may be an error of fact or law, but must be self-evident and floating on surface. The orders based on assumption of material facts or without adverting to a provision of law or departure from undisputed construction of law and constitution may, however, amount to error apparent on the face of the record. This is a review judgment authored by my Lord Mr. Justice Iftikhar Muhammad Chaudhry. My Lord, the Justice Qazi Faiz Isa case, PLD 2022, Supreme Court 119 at 170B. Pages relevant will be 171 and 178. This case is also before your lordship in volume 2, tab 6.
देखिए, अगर इसमें ये बात है कि रिव्यू और अपील में जरा फर्क है.
जी बिल्कुल बिल्कुल.
रिव्यू में अगर मैं ऑथर हूं तो मुझे ये एक्सेप्ट करना होगा, मुझे कॉल करना होगा कि वाकई फलां जगह मुझसे गलती हुई, एरर, उसकी रीजनिंग मैं दूंगा कि शायद ये मेरे नॉलेज में नहीं थी, मेरे सामने लाया नहीं गई, ये लॉ मौजूद था मुझे देखा नहीं गया. सो दिस इज an error apparent on the face of record which was not previously in my knowledge, और ये कोई गलती तो उसी शख्स को ही एक्सेप्ट करना होगा. लेकिन अगर मैं ये कहूँ कि नहीं ये रीजनिंग जो है वो गलत है चूंकि मुझे कबूल नहीं है, I cannot change the judgment of my colleague solely on the ground that I don't like it, or in accordance to my conscience is not proper, it is not.
Sir, your Lordship's observation is a pertinent and pithy observation. I will show to your Lordship in a moment from cases in review jurisdiction where the two judges took one view and one honorable judge was in dissent. Then the composition of the bench changed and the minority was supported by two other judges and the view changed.
63A case, just we two were in minority and subsequently became minority, but the member of the bench agreed that yes, of course.
Yes. So the members of the bench have to agree, but the nature, it doesn't have to be that very, Judge.
But we must consider that is very limited scope, and we are not sitting as a appellate judges.
Sir,
we are the same bench, same judges, and we are going to consider our own view.
This is your Lordship's judgment. The attempt over here is to persuade your Lordships to change your mind. I am talking collectively as a Supreme Court. I am not talking of individual persons. The attempt over here is to persuade the Supreme Court to change its view about its judgment. It is not that simply the composition has changed, so it is being argued in the nature of an appeal. So on the test laid down,
there are some cases where the minority member who are not in agreement with the majority, but when review comes, they supported the majority members.
that has also happened. And it has, that one case was cited, but there his
We
Lordship...
cannot say.
Yes, let me not take the name, but let me also tell your Lordship that what was said.
Yes, please.
So even in paragraph 48, Mr. Justice Maqbool Baqir, in this case of Mr. Justice Qazi Faiz Isa said that the something in the judgment or order must be shown to be in conflict with the Constitution or any law of the land. It becomes their duty to unhesitantly correct that error. If it is in conflict with the law or the Constitution, it can be corrected. My Lord, Mr. Justice Yahya Afridi also in paragraph 2 of his judgment says that the judicial consensus of this court is that a judgment passed on an erroneous assumption of material facts or without adverting to a provision of law or constitution or without noticing an undisputed construction of law and constitution amounts to an error apparent on the face of the record. These are all review judgments. My Lord, Nadia Naz's case is relevant. The author judge is Her Ladyship Justice Aisha Malik. This is 2023 PLC CS 1353 at 1366, volume 2, tab 8, in the bundle with your Lordship. Her Ladyship observes that paragraph 13, if the court has taken a conscious decision and deliberate decision on points of facts and law, then this results in a material irregularity which makes for an error apparent on the face of the record. Therefore, interference by this court in its review jurisdiction is warranted and this review petition is maintainable. This, my Lord, is a judgment. May I just point out to your Lordship, tab 8, volume 2. The word harassment was not given due attention to by the majority in the earlier judgment. Volume 2. And your Lordship will see at page 1372.
Tab 8.
At tab 8, volume 2, page 30, relevant page is page 1372. In the instant case, since the court did not give the word sexual harassment, it's due deliberation. Your Lordship may see the test. In the instant case,
किस पेज से बता रहे
so my Lord, page 1372,
1372
tab 8, volume 2.
which paragraph?
Paragraph is 13. It's the opening paragraph on page 1372. It's the last 5 lines of that paragraph. In the instant case, since the court did not give the word sexual harassment its due deliberation, it lacked the understanding of the scope of the law to draw a proper conclusion. That's what's being said about the previous judgment, that because they didn't give it due deliberation, it lacked the understanding of the scope of the law to draw a proper conclusion. Therefore, interference by this court in its review jurisdiction is warranted, and this review petition is maintainable. My Lord, the Supreme Court Bar Association case to which my Lord Mr. Justice Jamal Khan Mandukhail referred a moment ago, PLD 2024, Supreme Court 1199 at 1222, and this, my Lord, is volume 1, tab 3 of the bundle before your Lordship.
11.
My Lord, 1199 is the judgment, 1222 is the relevant page, 43 and 44 are the paragraph numbers.
Tab 3.
My Lord,
Tab 3.
my Lord, this is tab 3, volume 1. This was authored by my Lord Justice Qazi Faiz, but my Lord Mr. Justice Jamal Khan Mandukhail is a party to this review judgment. Substituting constitutional provisions with personal likes and moralisms must be avoided. What a particular judge considers to be right or wrong or ethical or unethical is neither the law nor the constitution. While lawmakers may transform moral precepts into law, however, the courts are concerned with what is lawful or unlawful. Parliament makes the law which the courts apply, and if there is any ambiguity in the law, a judge interprets it, but this too must be done within the parameters of the law and as per the well-settled rules of interpretation. Instead of a constitutional or legal basis, the majority's judgment has a surfeit of moralisms and non-legal terminology such as healthy, unhealthy, wise, evil, cancer, menace, etc. My Lord,
There is a lot of difference between that judgment and the judgment under review.
sir,
In that judgment, that was my view, that something extra has been said. The Constitution has been read in. So,
even in minority in this judgment, your Lordship felt that something extra has been said, and I'll read that paragraph of your Lordship, but this is what happened in review.
I'm defending my.
No, my Lord, I am not attacking your Lordship's judgment because the review is only against the judgment of the court.
But one portion of the judgment and review and my note are the same.
My Lord,
As far as 39 are concerned.
My Lord, your Lordships have a number of options when deciding these review petitions. Your Lordships may accept these review petitions. Your Lordships may dismiss these review petitions. And your Lordships may do something, some third thing. Now,
Partly.
these are the options available before your Lordship. Now, what other thing which your Lordship may do may be in sync with, let's say, the judgment of my Lord Mr. Justice Aminuddin Khan Sahab and Naeem Akhtar Afghan Sahab. It may be in sync with the judgment of what my Lord Mr. Justice Yahya Afridi wrote. It may be in sync with your Lordship's decision. That's a different matter. That's how your Lordship will decide a review.
Can we say something else other than these 3 judgments or 4 judgments?
My Lord, your Lordships may, in review jurisdiction, there have been situations where the courts have said something else. And
While exercising 187.
sir, while exercising 188 powers, if your Lordship comes to the conclusion,
And in 188 jurisdiction exercising Article 187 power.
sir, 187 is a jurisdiction which will be available to your Lordship under 188 as well, and I'll come to it. My only submission on 187.
We can go beyond
yes,
our.
my Lord, it is not a jurisdictional provision. It is a provision which facilitates the exercise of jurisdiction by your lordship. It cannot be the pivot for exercise of a constitutional power. I'll come to that, a little detailed submission on that in a moment. But if your lordship sees that your lordship had pointed out that simply the composition changes. The next case is exactly about the change of composition. Interquest Informatics Services versus Commissioner of Income Tax. This is, my lord, volume 2, tab 9. And I will draw your lordship's attention to this judgment. Your lordship will see paragraph 3, which is at page 263. Established instances, these are the last 6 lines of the paragraph. Established instances falling within the scope of error apparent on the face of the record include judgments passed on an erroneous assumption of material facts, or by overlooking a material question of fact or law, or an important aspect of the matter, which if noticed and considered earlier, would have direct bearing on the conclusions reached by the court.
What was beyond the admitted facts? What is in the judgment which is beyond?
My lord, if we accept this test, now let me, so the test is clear. The test is that there should not be a constitutional usurpation, or there should not be a constitutional mutiny for a review jurisdiction to be exercised. The test is that if a material fact or a material question of law has been ignored, or a material provision of the constitution or law has been decided in a manner which it ought not to have been decided, or a word which is key to the decision of a case, like sexual harassment was to in one case, it has not been understood in its proper scope and context, then a review lies. And my submission is that when you go to the facts, I'll explain to your lordship what it was said by me earlier, so I will not be repeating it, but I will be saying in rebuttal that that error has been pointed out, and I will deal with that. But before I proceed, and may I just point out one thing, my lord, because your lordship has asked about the facts, and I will deal with them in a little bit more detail, not in great detail. My lord, one of the things which your lordships have noticed about the majority judgment is that in spite of the fact that the parliamentarians had exercised their option after election within 3 days to join a particular political party. Now I'm talking of 41 at the moment, I'm not talking of 39. Join a particular political party. Their lordships have held their joining to be unconstitutional, their joining to be void ab initio, their joining to be of no consequence, have declared them to be independent, have provided them the time to join or make another declaration, and on the basis of that declaration it has to be decided. And the lordships have held that their joining of the political party is of no consequence because it was not a political party which could have been joined. My lord, when a person gets elected as a member, let's say independent candidate, he has a number of options. He gets elected as an independent candidate, his electorate knows to start with that when they are voting for an independent candidate, the consequence may be that the reserved seats list, which is also before the electorate, he will derive, or their votes will derive no benefit of that. And this man, if he doesn't join a political party, or woman, if he or she doesn't join a political party, the consequence will be that they will not have any say and the seats will go to the political parties. Take an example, my lord, a candidate gets elected and he decides not to join a political party at all.
Any political party.
No seats will be given. If it is 1 or 10 or 50, no matter how many independents are, they are not entitled to any seats. They have another choice. So they have a choice to remain independent. But they have a second choice. The second choice is that all those independents may come together and form a political party. Can anyone stop them under Article 17 from forming that political party? No. That finding, with great respect, is clearly contrary to Article 17 of the Constitution. They can join a political party. They may do a third thing. They may decide that instead of joining a political party, they may already join a political party which is outside Parliament, which has no parliamentary seat. Nobody can stop them from doing that either. But the consequence of that again would be no reserved seats. Even if 50 MNAs or 20 MNAs come together and form a political party, they don't get any reserved seats. If the same number of MNAs join a political party which has no existence in Parliament, they again
You
don't.
mean to say only in a situation where a political party at least one seat and the independents maybe 1 or 100, they join that political party. In that scenario, that party will be entitled to get special seats. So this is what 13 members have said, that the SIC is not entitled because it did not contest election nor secure any seat during the general election. So irrespective of the fact that 80% joined, 40 joined, how many members joined, but they're not entitled. This is a unanimous judgment of 13 members,
Yes.
which the other side is
Yes.
accepting.
Yes.
मसला तो एक मान रहे हैं, उसके बावजूद फिर ये कहना, अब चलें छोड़ दें उस बात को. रिव्यू में कोर्ट से रिलीफ लेने के लिए one must be humble.
My
जो
lord,
बात आप हंस के खुशी से ले सकते हैं, वो लड़के नहीं लिए जा सकते.
sir,
न किसी के तज़हीक करके ली जा सकती.
I will keep that admonition in mind, my lord. And
This is not
try-
for you, this is for me.
My lord, therefore, so the consequence is very clear. The number is immaterial. In order for them to get the benefits of their election in the form of reserved seats or being entitled to proportionate representation in reserved seats, they must join a political party which has at least one seat in Parliament.
This is clear.
The majority says if you join such a political party, that is an act of no consequence. It is void ab initio. Your joining a political party is of no effect. And as a consequence of that, you now are being given time to join a political party within 3 days. And if you join a political party, you will then get the seats, otherwise you won't.
What about 39?
My lord, I'll come to 39. Let me focus on this. But they say